Hey guys, it's Ren and I'm back with another video, and today's video is a little bit fun and different. I'm going to do a really basic makeup tutorial, but it's a makeup tutorial with a twist. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, hopefully you do, and I talk about everything that's going on in my life, and one of the huge things that I'm really looking forward to and kind of nervous about is actually going skydiving. So it's Friday night and I'm supposed to be going tomorrow morning to go skydiving, and this is the first time I've ever done it. I'm going with my boyfriend and some of his friends, and they've never done it either, and somehow I agreed to do it. I'm gonna do a tutorial for skydiving makeup. Now that kind of sounds crazy, yes I know. I thought it would be kind of fun and different, and this makeup would be appropriate not for just skydiving, if you go to the gym or if you're going, you know, on a date, hiking, something. But this is for me, and this is what I'm going to do tomorrow when I go skydiving. So I am going to feature Tarte Cosmetics, which a lot of you guys probably are familiar with. It's a really popular cosmetics brand that is actually available at Sephora. So one day I got an email from Maureen, and she's actually the president, and she saw my videos and she was like, oh, would you want to try out some Tarte Cosmetics? And I was like, wow, I was so impressed that she contacted me. So of course I wanted to try some out. I've used some of her products in the past, so I already know about the line. And a lot of the products that they sent me were actually base kind of products, not like eyeshadows and things like that, more like skin and like framing type tools. So it was really good because they would make up a perfect like basic essentials look for my skydiving. And I'm going to first start off by using the Tarte primer, the Clean Slate primer. On the back it says paraben free, petrochemical free, sulfate free, preservative free, glycol free, fragrance free, gluten free, dye free, talc free, and dermatologist tested. So this is awesome to have in your kit if you are sensitive to that stuff, or if you don't, if you're working with someone who does not want any of those chemicals. It's a little squeezy tube, and I'm just going to apply it to my face, especially on the areas where I want to keep the oil at bay. So next, I've been using this product since 3/25/10, and the reason I know is because I put a label on products I test out, so I know how long I've been using it. And this stuff is really good. It's natural oil-free tinted moisturizer with SPF 20. And I recommend that everybody get some kind of tinted moisturizer. It's just really a good product to have if you're trying to perk up your skin, like great for office and school because you can just throw it on and it gives you a nice amount of light coverage and evenness. And this has SPF 20 in it, which is perfect because you have to have SPF in your daily routine, and it just kind of combines it with the moisturizer and the foundation, so it's 3-in-1. And when you go skydiving, you don't want to look like you're wearing tons and tons of foundation or makeup because it'll just look silly. But this is a moisturizer with SPF and a tint, so it's perfect for these kind of events because it's not going to come off everywhere, but it's going to give you a little bit of life. And I'm going to put this on. This is in color Agent 14, aka Disguise. Again, it has a squeezy tube, and I just kind of dot it. This is a really great color match for me, but I know I'm going to get darker in the summer, and I actually do plan on getting a shade up because I really like it that much. But right now it's a really good match, and I just blend it in, applying it with my clean hands to my entire face. And mind you, it is a moisturizer, so you want to get it everywhere, including into your neck. Okay, so then you have the base on. So I'm going to now put on my under eye concealer. I'm using the Tarte Dark Circle Defense Natural Under Eye Corrector in Medium Deep. But this under eye corrector is supposed to clinically proven to reduce puffiness within 4 weeks. So that's a good thing. And it's really good because it's a nice coverage, and it's not too creamy, because sometimes when concealers are too creamy they slip and slide. It's creamy enough to go on smooth, but it stays because it's not super wet. And I discovered my Gemma Kid Pro foundation brush works perfectly for under eye concealing. So all I do is I take this pointed foundation brush, I dip it into the concealer, and then I just place it right there because that's where the darkest area is, for me at least. And I just tap it in, and then it covers it. And then that's it. And then I just kind of pat around the edges, and it's so much quicker than doing like a smaller brush or your finger. And this is not just, like I said, it's not just makeup. It's a skin treatment. It reduces puffiness, and it's, again, natural. So it's good for you. But again, I'm not trying to seem like I have makeup on. I'm just trying to make it seem like I have something to protect my face, because skydiving, it's like wind hitting you, and you need a barrier between your skin and all of those harsh conditions. So I have my tinted moisturizer and the SPF and everything. And now to make sure everything stays nice and set, I'm going to use the Tarte Provocateur Pressed Mineral Powder. And this is SPF 8. And I got the color tan, and I'm really glad I got this color because it was a perfect match. I'm just going to take a kabuki brush. This is my Posh kabuki brush. So that way I can really buff it in. I usually wouldn't use a kabuki, but considering the skydiving, I really want it to stay. So I'm just going to buff it in on top of the tinted moisturizer. Cool. So now I'm going to go to my eyebrows, because I'm not doing a lot of fanciness, but again, these are like kind of basic steps. And I'm using the Tarte Emphasize for Brows High Definition Brow Pencil. Again, I've been testing this out for about 2.5 to 3 weeks. I'm really picky with brow pencil. I've tried a lot of different brands, and I recently bleached my brows so they're a lot lighter, so I kind of need to fill them in because it looks like I don't have much now that they're lighter. And I got the color, I think this is medium brown. So this pencil has a retractable, really skinny lid on one side, and it has a small little brush on the other side. And I am in love with this brow pencil, and I'm not just saying that because I got this product for free. Honestly, I've tried a lot of brow pencils that I do like. I've tried my Stila, I've tried the MAC, especially right now I was using MAC Lingering, which is similar with the skinny tip. I've used the Rimmel, which I like, and I use the Anastasia brow pencils, and this is my favorite brow pencil that I've used so far. I really prefer the skinny tips because I feel like you get a smaller line, more realistic. And the brush, I don't usually use these little brushes, but this brush is so tiny that it does what an eyeshadow angle brush would do before. It blends out the lines, and then it gives you that little faded out area right in the front, because you don't want your eyebrows to end all harsh and boxy. You want it to fade out like a natural brow would. So this has lasted throughout the days, and the color is perfect for me. It's a nice light brown with a little bit of a warmish tint, and it really lasts. So I'm going to apply it for you real quick to show you. And since it's so skinny, it gets that nice perfect line for me. Now I'm getting it like that. All I do is I take the little brush side, and now I just kind of comb it through and get the lines to fade out. Okay, so the brow's pretty much done, and you can see this side and this side, and the difference is huge, and it just kind of just makes me look more polished, but I don't look like I'm wearing makeup. So I'm going to pop them the other side and be right back. So you can leave it like that, but since I am going skydiving, I'm going to add a little extra insurance. So what I'm going to do is take this product, and I do this trick a lot. I don't think I've ever talked about it in a video, but I take Benefit Shellac, and I really love this stuff. But what I do is I use it to make my brows stay, and especially with all the stuff going on tomorrow, I don't want half a brow there. So I take a Q-tip and I dip it in to moisten it, and then all I do is I tap it right on top of that whole eyebrow. And you don't want to saturate, you just want to lightly tap this. So then for the eyes, I'm going to keep it really simple. I'm actually just going to take this Rimmel Eye Twist Automatic Duo Liner and Shadow, and that's it, because I'm not trying to look like I'm wearing like contoured crease or anything like that. I just wanted to keep it nice and natural. So I'm just going to take the shadow side, and these are good because they really last. They're not going to fade away, and they're really going to last through extreme events. So I'm just going to take it and apply it to my eyes, fade it out with my finger. I'm going to take this paint pot Bare Study from MAC and apply it as just into my little tear ducts and above on my brow. And this is going to give me a little bit of light to my eyes. And again, I am not putting any regular powder products. I'm just applying this. If you wanted to do liner, you could, but I don't think that's necessary. I think liner can run, and I'm not letting anything run. But I do have this liner that Tarte sent me. It's called the Indelible Wink liner, and it's a really cool idea actually. So it's a liquid liner, and this one they sent me is brown, which I've been wearing to work because it's very natural. So it's a liquid liner. You put it on like normal, and the other side has this really cool idea. You twist it, and it has a powder little applicator. So if you have a problem with liquid liner and getting it steady, you just put this little powder sponge tip on top, and it smooths out imperfections. The only thing is that you have to be careful with the liquid part because it can get a little bit blotchy. So don't apply it too thick, and then make sure to smooth out with the powder. I'm going to curl my lashes, and I'm just going to use my little, this is a Kirkland brand, Costco brand eyelash curler. So they sent me a Multiply eye primer and Multiply lash enhancing mascara. You prime first, and then you apply mascara. And I've used several lash primers in the past. I've used like the L'Oreal one. I've used True Amore lash, True Amore base, and I've used the MAC Prep and Prime. Personally, I hate the MAC Prep and Prime. It doesn't work for me. Hardly any product comes off the brush for some reason. But with this one, I really like how they give you a small brush, because it really helps you to get all those tiny lashes and coat them. And the formula for this lash primer is really good. But then you can apply the mascara. This mascara has like definitely a volumizing one. I noticed that a lot of product kind of gets on it, so I would suggest to kind of wipe off the excess. And if to make this tutorial like perfect for skydiving, definitely go for a waterproof mascara. My lashes are like horrible. They're like short and thin, but I can definitely see the difference that using a primer makes. So again, I'm not doing, that's it for the eyes, because this is not a makeup like beauty tutorial. This is like a lasting, just kind of emphasize your natural features tutorial. And then for the cheeks, I'm using one of the infamous Tarte cheek stains. This is, I didn't get this from the company, I got this a long time ago. It's the one in Tipsy, which I really like this color because it's like a peachy, and it's great for like a natural flush. And I'm just going to apply it right on my cheeks. You could have actually done this right on top of your moisturizer, and then put it with powder, but I forgot to do that. So all I'm going to do is just blend it in with my fingertips, and it gives me a nice rosy color. And mind you, I am going to be filmed tomorrow when I go get my skydiving on, so it doesn't hurt to have a little bit of extraness so I can be camera ready. So as you can see, it's a very natural tint, very super natural, and you could definitely go ahead and set it with blush. This is MAC Fun and Games, and using a cheek stain like this really does make such a difference with getting your blush to last. Okay, and then the last step is lips. I would suggest going for something very low maintenance as well, because you're you know, for these kind of things, I'm be flying in the air. I don't want a lip gloss stuck to my like hair or whatever. So I'm just going to use Aquaphor Healing Ointment. And again, since you're going to be skydiving, you want your lips to be really moisturized, just like how your face was, because you don't want the wind like making you all chapped and gross. So I'm applying them on as like a protectant and a base, and then I'm just going to use the Tarte lip gloss. This one is in 04 Winks, or no, 40 Winks. So it's perfect because it's a very natural color, and it does not look like I have a lot of makeup on. It just kind of looks like my lips, but better, and it's not sticky at all. So if my hair gets stuck to it, it won't matter because it's not sticky. But again, it's going to kind of seal in that Aquaphor lip moisturizer. and protect me from the elements. So that's it. This is my skydiving look. It just kind of looks like me, but a little bit better and enhanced. And I'm definitely going to do something with this hair because I know my hair is going to be a hot mess with that wind. So I would definitely recommend pulling it back all the way. Since I have layers, I think what I'm going to plan on doing is like my Lauren Conrad braided hair tutorial. I think I'm going to braid it like in the front. You know, I'm showing you really quick. So to take care of all these little pieces that like to fly away. So I'm going to braid it on both sides and then pin it back into like a bun. That way all my hair is back and I can actually see all the land below as opposed to hair on my face. I'm going to actually wear the same look tomorrow when I go skydiving. I'm going to incorporate my skydiving video and onto YouTube. And then I'm going to show you guys all of it together. So it'll be like a whole experience with you guys. Ooh, this looks crazy. And again, these are Tarte Cosmetics. Thank you, Maureen, for generously sponsoring these. Definitely check them out, Sephora. They're a really, really great brand. I will have a more thorough review of the products listed on my blog with the pros and cons and my favorites. But so far, my favorites definitely are the tinted moisturizer and the brow pencil, because I think I would actually definitely go back and buy these products in particular. And the under eye concealer is really good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Stay tuned for all the skydiving fun. Wish me luck, and I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great night. Ciao, Bellas.